When was the last time you wowed yourself? Created something new? Leadership is practice, not position, and it requires creativity. Sometimes, as grown-ups with big responsibilities, we forget to tap into it. The Artisan Leader helps you do just that. Through coaching, consulting, and teaching, they meet you where you are in a judgment-free space to help you make your mark on the future of your company. Their consulting expertise is leadership development and workplace culture, and they provide team building, strategic planning, and leadership workshops to companies focused on caring well for their people. To learn more, visit theartisanleader.com. Well, good morning and welcome back to the Chamber Vibes podcast. It's Foster back with you today. Kayla is wrapped up with strategic planning, so she's not going to be wandering down the hill with us today. But you've probably already heard my voice this morning because we have our very first podcast ad that is playing before and after my intro. So thank you so much to Amanda Stanley with The Artisan Leader. I hope that you are very pleased with your ad. I think it sounds great, and I hope more people are interested in doing this in the future because it is really fun for us to do them, and you get to keep that ads after we've produced them. So just a heads up about that, and you can reach out to me if you're interested in that anymore. But yeah, we have some great things coming up, of course. We stay busy at the chamber. I hope you guys had a safe and fun holiday weekend. I know a lot of you were on the lake this weekend, and I hope that you are not bruised and battered from that. But next up on our event list is the first event in our charcuterie and technology series that we're doing with our member Data Privia. This is really exciting. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people hear like technology and they're like, oh, hold on, I don't know if that's for me. But that's what these events are really about. You get to come. It's a free event. We're gonna have self-serve charcuterie. Data Privia is really interested in doing education about a variety of technological topics. So each month we'll have a different topic. And this month we're starting with what is a secure network? If you cannot tell me that a secure network is more than just a network that is secure, because that's my definition of it as of today, then this event is probably for you. You don't know what you don't know, and we can all afford to be a lot better with technological safety and efficiency. So it could be really helpful for you and your business, or if you just want to learn more. So yeah, that is tomorrow, September 7th, 4 to 5 p.m. at CVCC in Bedford. Like I said, this is a free event, but if you could RSVP at bedfordareachamber.com, that would be very appreciated so we can have enough charcuterie for everyone. Alrighty, and then next up, we actually have, we have our annual gala, but tickets are closed for that. But keep an eye out. If you aren't attending, we're gonna have so much good stuff that comes out of the gala. We're gonna be kicking off phase 2 of our land purchase campaign. We're gonna reveal for the very first time the winners of our annual Excellence in Business Awards, which is going to be amazing. I've been asking Kayla to keep me in the dark so I can keep rooting for everybody. So it'll be the first time for me too. But yeah, that'll be amazing. And we're in the final stages of collecting silent auction items. I've been running all over the county and further. So if you're interested in donating anything, whether it be a gift card, a physical item, or a full basket, let us know. You can give us a call at 540-586-9401. We graciously accept anything that is offered. And then the next thing that you could actually attend is the Peaks Retreat and Adventure Center is having a ribbon cutting for their brand new 9-hole disc golf course. We're going to be doing that on September 16th at 9 a.m. And they're having a beginner's disc golf tournament right after. So if you're interested, if you've never been to the Peaks Retreat before, this is your chance. It's normally a place that has to be rented out, or there's some type of event happening for you to go. So for them to have this open house with their pool and with their new disc golf course, it's going to be really cool. It's in Thaxton. They have zip lining, low ropes, a pond. Like, it's a really amazing facility that's only been in operation for a little over a year. So if you're interested, come on out September 16th, 9 a.m. There's a $15 entry fee for the disc golf tournament if you're interested for that. And you can find more information at the Peaks Retreats website or on our website. And then the very last thing that I want to touch on, we have our next Live at 5 at Beals on September 28th. So our Live at 5s are after hours networking events. Really excited to be going to Beals. Beals is a Bedford favorite, and just a great business and great people work there. So we're really excited to be going there this year. Come have a beer with the chamber. Why not? It's free. And they always do something fun with us there. So I need to figure out the details so I can tell you if you get a free beer or not, but there is a very solid chance you might. All right. Well, if anybody has any questions for us about any of these events or any of the various many things we have going on, you can give us a call at 540-586-9401, or you can just go to our website, bedfordareachamber.com. And if you go to the events tab, there's a calendar view, there's a list view, there's lots of ways to see lots of our things. But yeah. Alrighty. Well, I think it's time to get to the actually exciting part of this interview. I just want to say good morning and welcome to Justin Kelly, who is the owner and operator of Zen Edge.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Just watching me rattle off all these things with anxiety in your belly that I'm about to ask you questions.
That's okay.
Well, I'm happy you made it here. Justin actually he's the very first person to come off our podcast waitlist. So it's his very lucky day.
Yes, I feel very, very, very blessed. I'm very appreciative.
Well, awesome. And I'm so happy to finally get to meet you because we've emailed for a couple months now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, before we kind of get started with the question portion, can you just tell me a little bit about your background and a little bit about your business?
Yeah. So I went to Savannah College of Art and Design years and years and years ago. Ended up in interactive design and game development, and went into the game industry for a brief moment. Left there, just kind of bummed around a little bit, and tried out a few different things.
As one does.
And then I ended up here in Bedford, and settled down, had some kids, and wife built a business, helped her build a business, and then we switched over to building me a business. So that's where we're at now.
Well, awesome.
Yeah.
So can I just ask, what made you come to Bedford? Are you from Savannah originally, or?
No, I'm actually from Buchanan.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so close by. No, I came because my wife had some family here.
Cool.
And we really enjoyed the location. So we came out here about, I think, 8 years ago.
Oh, cool. So you're almost at your 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm happy you guys came here. I always like to ask why people chose Bedford, because for a lot of reasons, people come here, and sometimes they're like, yeah, I just slapped something down on a map and came here. I'm like, what? But they're completely serious.
Yeah. No, it's we thought about it. We picked out a few places. We wanted to be in a place kind of like Buchanan, where it was away from everything, but not so far away from everything. We lived in the big cities, we lived in small towns, so
yeah.
Bedford just felt comfortable.
Awesome. Well, cool. So tell me a little bit more about Zen Edge, how it started, why it started.
So it started out of kind of a necessity. My wife was a dog groomer for almost 14 years.
Oh, wow.
And we had several people sharpen her equipment, and the last several times it did not go so well.
Okay.
And we just couldn't figure out why. So even though the same person was doing it, so we kind of looked into how to be able to do it ourselves. I took the plunge as of last year in September, and learned how to sharpen up her grooming equipment properly, because it takes a special technique, it takes a special machine, all that kind of stuff. And then I had my neighbors just ask me, hey, can you sharpen up this? And knives and axes and mower blades, things like that I've done since I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's I've done most of it by hand. I grew up around, on farmland, so it was kind of something I knew.
That
Um,
is really cool.
yeah, and but scissors and grooming blades, things like that, was all new territory. But yeah, my neighbors saw me doing what I was doing for her,
Yeah.
and so they asked me if I could do some of their stuff. And next thing I know, my wife was like, you could probably do this for Bedford. And now I'm doing it for Bedford Lynchburg
Oh,
Forest,
cool.
and I have some mail-in clients, and I have a new system actually that I just built on my front porch. It's a locker system. People can literally
Yeah.
drop stuff off.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
That is very innovative. I mean, I love like we heard about your business because people kept asking us about it.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, I mean that's why like I'm really excited to meet you is because people are like really excited about what you do and they're very interested by it.
Yeah.
So I think it's very cool that you've been sharpening things since you were a kid. Like it's just something that you've always done and now you're kind of like turning into something bigger and
Yeah.
needed, it seems. Yeah.
Yeah, as a kid, it was a necessity,
Mhm.
when you're hanging out in the woods 24/7, like,
Yeah.
but, and we're on the farm, but, yeah, it's just something I never really thought I would just be doing,
Yeah.
as a side gig, so,
I mean, you jumped around from game design to grooming
yeah.
to
Yeah, I've done a little bit of everything.
Hey, that makes the best stories and the most well-rounded, like, for your business and just personally. I mean, Woody over there who's just lurking in the corner. Every time I ask Woody a question, I'm like, "What the hell, man?" He's laughing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's really cool. So you said that it took some, some learning to be able to
Mm.
sharpen everything, with grooming blades and such. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I had to seek out a master sharpener.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I had to find a master sharpener that was willing to train me,
Mhm.
and I had to um, pay them essentially, as well as pay for the equipment and things like that, and take out a small loan.
Oh, wow. So you basically
Yeah.
paid this person tuition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like going to school, but very briefly, and then so I traveled all the way to Georgia, and
Dang.
yeah, and spent several days down there and trained by her, and then came back and I practiced. Before I even touched my wife's stuff or anybody's stuff, I practiced on a bunch of old
Mhm.
shears that were just gathering dust, or that I
Nice.
could get from groomers and stuff. That way I didn't wanna,
Mess anything up
yeah,
as the novice sharpener.
yeah,
So how
like,
long did it take you to get comfortable enough to actually, like, start sharpening other people's stuff?
I'm a pretty quick learner. Um, the concepts that I learned, like, were kinda similar to some of the stuff I've done before, but the
Mhm.
techniques were new. Um, so I did the first 100, and then I did my wife's stuff, and then I finally got comfortable about 3 months into it when somebody handed me a $2,000 pair of shears and
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
"I haven't been able to get anybody to sharpen these things properly. Do you think you can do it?" And I was nervous as heck, sweating
Yeah.
bullets, but 30 minutes later, I handed it back to them, and they just cut like they were brand new. So,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that was the confidence builder that I
Yeah.
needed.
Literally $2,000 pair of shears, and you
Yeah.
and you killed it.
Yep. Yep.
Nice. So, tell me a little bit about the importance of sharp tools.
Yeah. So tools are so like shears, for example. When your shears are dull and you're going to scissor something, you're having to push down with your thumb and maneuver your fingers in a certain way that causes more pressure to cut with the
Mm,
blades, which puts strain on your wrist, puts strain on your thumb, and it can literally go all the way up to your shoulder. Sharpen sharpened scissors and shears, allow you to easily close them without even manipulating them with your thumb.
mm,
It's just open close. And the same thing goes for knives. A chef will tell you, a dull knife is a dangerous knife. And the reason being is because, one, a dull knife can tear if it cuts you instead of just making a clean slice. But it also damages your shoulder and
mm.
neck and arm and wrist because you're having to push down and you're having to really saw at something. Whereas a clean freshly sharpened knife will just glide right through. Now, not every time, like there's going to be machines that you put new blades in, maybe a blender or something like that,
Yeah.
but it's going to take you more time to blend up something,
Mm-hmm.
and that can take you away from your party or whatever you're doing, So sharp tools, clean tools are definitely important.
Save you time, save you pain,
Mm-hmm.
all the way
Yeah.
around good.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, I groomed a little bit for about 4 years, and my wrist, I've got carpal tunnel in my right hand, and if whenever we sharpened our stuff, like it went away, but as soon as it started to get dull, I started to notice the pain would come back.
Yeah,
So,
that makes sense.
mm-hmm.
I was actually telling my roommate that we need to invest in a sharpener, but then we both realized that we don't know how to sharpen. I mean, I really though, like it seems like it is something that you should really leave for a professional to do.
Yeah, and I have customers ask me, is it okay if they use a home sharpener? And I
Mm,
say, yeah, of course, but you would want to eventually have a professional sharpener come
gotcha.
in and clean them up, because the home use ones, I mean, unless they're chef quality, and even chefs will tell you they don't use them, but maybe once or twice between professional
Mm,
sharpenings, um, they will, damage the blade because they actually scrape the metal off the blade,
gotcha.
instead of lapping it and, polishing it.
Yeah. See, this is why I said something.
Yeah, it's a whole different world.
Yeah. So what are some of the things I imagine you sharpen all of the things, but can
Yeah.
you talk a little bit about that? And also I need to know what is the coolest thing you've sharpened?
Oh man. That's a coin toss for me.
Oh wow.
But let's see. So what have I not sharpened? Oh my gosh. Um, I'll be honest with you, it'd be easier.
Well, tell me your least favorite thing that you've sharpened.
Oh, the least favorite thing. I'd probably have to say, there's drill bits that I really don't
Oh,
really
really?
care to do. Yeah, there's different types. So like mortising bits, and there's some Forstner bits that are just, it's time consuming,
Mm.
but I mean, some of them sharpen up perfectly, but then there's the other ones that are chipped and will take
And
forever.
you're just going crazy on that tiny little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then one small move and it's, oh, I reset the angle. Okay. So I
Dang.
got to go back at it.
Okay.
Um,
So you do like drill bits, knives,
mm,
like am I thinking like cleavers,
yeah,
machetes?
you name it.
What?
I've done bookbinders. So like
Bookbinders.
the book, I'm trying to think, I probably got the word wrong, but it's basically a paper cutter, like the
Yeah.
big metal paper cutters, but
Oh
it's for
yeah.
books.
Oh
And
wow.
so I went in and actually sharpened their anvil and blade, and I've done that. But the coolest thing, I think, um, I got to do recently, a gentleman let me do, because my grandfather had one
Mm.
long time ago. Was a 2-man saw, 7 foot long
Oh
2-man
my
saw.
god.
Yeah, and I've got pictures of it on Facebook, and but it took me about 4 hours altogether, and
Wow.
but it when it came out, like it was shining on the teeth, and it was
Yeah.
razor sharp, and it's a whole process to get that thing going.
Oh, I'm
So
sure.
that was probably one of the coolest things.
7 foot 2-man soul.
Oh yeah,
That is so cool.
yeah,
Like that is just so sick. I would feel honored like if people can't come to me with these things, but
hmm
then you see it and you're like,
yeah. I had the Forest Farmers Market's director bring me a set of her, I think it was her great grandfather's tailoring scissors,
oh wow.
and they were completely rusted. And I mean, completely rusted. And I went in, got all the rust off, made them actually functional, um, and repainted new handles on them, and sharpened up the edges. I mean, they could cut through anything now.
That
So
is so
I
sick.
get a lot of really cool requests.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very lucky to be able to get that, because we discovered, the shears themselves were actually made between, I think it was 1890 and 1920.
That is
So
so
they were
cool.
hand forged, and I wouldn't have discovered that if she hadn't brought them to me.
Yeah. So I Are you kind of a history buff, or are you just kind of becoming more like tools are so cool?
I really like the mechanics behind everything.
Yeah.
I really enjoy the 1920s, 1930s, and 40s.
Mm,
That that time era, I don't know, it's just always fascinated me, especially with my art background.
mhm.
Art Deco is one of my absolute favorite,
Oh, yeah.
styles. But working with my hands and the mechanics behind, how a tool works really in the restoration, when I get to do restorations, that's my favorite thing. So, like, I know I've got a antique coffee grinder coming up that I'm excited
That
about.
is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with the restoration, is that also something that you've had to, like, be taught how to do rather than just the sharpening? Is that kind of different?
Yeah. So when it comes to the metal, it's really in how to bring that metal back to life. Like that's
Mm.
why my slogan is reawakening blades.
Mm.
Um, and it's taking something old and making it look new. And the sharpening process is fairly similar, but restoring, say, like the wooden part of it. I
Mhm.
had a customer recently, 60, 70-year-old knife, the handle literally split in half and
Oh,
fell
wow.
off. And it was a round handle, it was a cheese knife handle, and she could use it easier because of her wrist.
Mhm.
And I went in, cleaned up the blade, cleaned up the tang of the blade, and took just a piece of apple wood and carved it down into with
Cool.
my one of my sharpening machines, one of my sanders, and made a round wooden handle for it and put it on. So it's all part of the process.
Yeah, you are the Shakespearean man when it comes to tools.
Well, thank you.
No problem. Well, I wanna know now, you've mentioned some of your machines and
Mhm.
what you use. Do you have, like, a setup in your house, outside your house?
I actually have so I have a setup in my house in my basement, which I'm actually very excited about. I'm in the process of refurbishing our shed and
Cool.
repairing it, and I'm going to be moving my shop to there so customers can literally walk up my driveway and walk to the shed, and there will be my locker system and everything.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then I also run every pretty much every machine that I have. I can run out of my car, my small little Nissan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I put a inverter in there
Yeah.
as well as a gas powered generator. So I've got tables always in my trunk, and I've always got machines in them with me.
You know, when I pulled in and saw the little Nissan with, like, the logo on the side, I was not expecting it
Yeah.
to have all of that in
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I show up every Saturday at the Forest Farmers Market, full that car. I'd never take the tools out of. I just take them
Yeah.
there.
Dang, so do you actually sharpen things at the farmer's market?
Hmm.
That is
On
so
the spot.
cool.
I sharpen while you shop.
That is dope. That is so cool. I'm sure you meet a lot of cool people that way
Oh
too.
yeah, yeah. I've met a lot of interesting people, a lot of really cool people. I've met a lot of, you know, wild people. It's
Oh, I'm
it's
sure.
it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. So if people want to get, their tool service,
Mm,
you've mentioned the locker system. I know you're at the farmer's market.
mm.
You got shit in your car. I'm like cussing. I'm not meaning to. It's just how I am. Um, but so it seems like you got a little bit of everything, just depending
Mhm.
what people need.
Yeah. Most of it I can do from my car. There's some things like if they say bring me a circular saw blade with carbide teeth, I can't do that at the farmer's
Mm,
market. That I have a special machine at home, and I
cool.
just bring it home and then I bring it back the following Saturday. I've had people call me and ask, um, to come out to their house and do their knives and mower blades and all sorts of stuff. And I just, as long as it's a $50 minimum order,
Hmm.
I I'm happy to come out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I go to salons pretty much 3 or 4 times a week, and
Oh yeah.
after my day job, and I'm always just I'm running around. I've had people come up to me like ask me if I could sharpen while I was getting gas.
Oh my god.
So, I
You're
literally,
getting recognized on site
yeah,
now. Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah. It was funny. I said, yeah, just let me finish my gas. I'll pull up and
Really?
yeah, and I
Did you finish?
sharpened.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
sharpened their
hilarious.
knives. They had a set their pocket knives.
Dude, that is so awesome.
Yeah. It's really fun. I really get to meet a lot of really fun people, and I get to do some really cool stuff. I feel like I had one lady, I was very, very thankful for the words that she said. She was
Mhm.
saying that I took knives that, have been causing her a lot of issues for years. I not only sharpened them, but it made her life easier, made her hands, less painful,
Mhm.
things like that. So I feel like I'm actually making a difference,
Yeah.
around here with just you know, what I consider a simple, you know, thing.
Yeah. That is really awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's always nice when we touch people's lives in unexpected ways,
Yeah.
even with just like a simple kitchen knife.
Yeah.
Like that is really cool. And I like hearing all the stories. I see your Facebook posts
Yeah.
too. So I see like a lot of the cool things that you get to sharpen and the conversations you have with people. And I just think it's like it's very nice. I don't know how else to put it, but just like in our community as well, I feel like we have a lot of those interactions and
Yeah.
people kind of don't really think about it at the time, but it adds up and it
Oh yeah.
feels really good. It makes your job, even your side hustle, worth it.
Yeah, and it's to me it's very humbling.
Mhm.
It's just, I didn't expect it to become as big as it's become so far as quick as it did. I thought it was just going to be, I sharpened for some neighbors.
Yeah.
Maybe I even contemplated just doing like the old school 1920s style cart and like walking through the town,
Oh my gosh.
just because I thought it'd be fun, like
People would
whatever.
love that too.
Yeah. And just have like, but instead of like the old pump wheel, you would actually have like a belt sander or something.
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah, after January, February, I mean, it kind of exploded. So,
Yeah.
I get comments all the time. Nobody ever does this anymore. And, it's so neat to be recognized for it.
Mhm.
So,
So, about a year in since you took the
mhm.
plunge last September, how many things do you think you have sharpened?
Oh, I'd say every bit 3,000 things, if not more.
That's
I've
incredible.
probably lost count. I've lost count. I know clipper blades are in the thousands, and
Yeah.
um, shears hundreds, and knives thousands.
Oh
So
my gosh.
yeah, but I mean, it's definitely been worth it.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add? We've talked about your service areas. Sounds like you go everywhere
Yeah.
and then some.
Yeah, and I'm not afraid to go, outside of Bedford Lynchburg Forest.
Yeah.
I've actually got requests in Rustburg in the next couple weeks.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, a school contacted me to help them. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, I get like I said, it's a lot of fun. I get a lot of interesting calls. No, I think that's pretty much it. It's a fairly simple. I try to keep it a fairly simple business. If anybody wants to reach out to me, they're welcome to call me. I have a website now.
Nice.
It's thezenedge.com.
Nice.
Um, or they can come see me at the farmers market in Forest on Saturdays. Um, I have about 100 different ways to reach me.
Nice. Well, do you want to spit out your phone number
Yeah.
for the audience?
Yeah. It's 540-583-6324.
Well, awesome.
I think that's it.
Yeah, right. I know. I always think afterwards. I'm like, I know I say this like a billion times a day, but
Yeah.
am I
Yeah.
actually right?
I'm like, oh wait. Yep,
Checking
yep,
his
yeah, we're
phone right
good.
now.
We're good.
Cool. Well, awesome. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. This has been really cool, and hopefully, I will go home and collect all my knives and
Yeah.
things, and I'll bring them to you soon.
Yeah, please do. And no, thank you for having me, and thank you for the interview. It was a pleasure being here. I've looked forward to it since you last emailed me.
Awesome. And for those listening that have made it this far, Justin, Zen Edge is actually up for one of our Excellence in Business Awards, the Rising Star Award, for businesses that have been in operation for less than 2 years but are outstanding in their field. So I'm looking forward to having you at the gala, and I'm rooting for you.
I can't wait to get there. I'm super excited.
I know it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Now I'm wondering, what do I wear to a gala?
I've had so many people ask me that, and I always have to reveal I haven't picked out what I'm wearing. We'll have fun regardless of whether or not you show up jeans and a bow tie.
That works.
Right? Alrighty. Well, thank you so much again for joining me.
Thank
And if you guys have any questions for Justin, you can go to his website or give him a ring, aforementioned number. And if you have any questions for the chamber, you can give us a call at 540-586-9401 or go to our website, bedfordareachamber.com, and keep an eye out for the next Chamber Vibes podcast.